Good day everyone, I am Ninyo Jan P. Cortico. I'll be your third reporter to tackle about grounding methods under the article 8.20 Community Antennas, Television and Radio Distribution System. So third, we have in buildings or structures without an intersystem bonding termination or grounding means. If the building or structure has no intersystem bonding termination or grounding means, as described in 8.20.4.1b, 2, the grounding electrode conductor shall be connected to either of the following. First, we have to any one of the individual grounding electrodes described in 2.50.3.3a, E1, E2, E3, or E4. Second, we have if the building or structure has no intersystem bonding termination or grounding means, as described in 8.20.4.1b2 or B3a, to any one of the individual grounding electrodes described in 2.50.3.3a, A5, A7, and A8, stem, hot water pipes, or lightning protection system conductor shall not be employed as grounding electrodes for bonding conductors or grounding electrode conductors. C. Electrode connection. Connections to grounding electrodes shall comply with 2.50.3.21. We have D. Bonding of electrodes. A bonding jumper not smaller than 14 mm squared copper or equivalent shall be connected between the community antenna television system's grounding electrode and the power grounding electrode system at the building or structure served where separate electrodes are used. So, nani exemption. So, your exemption is at mobile homes as covered in 8.20.4.7. Next, we have E. Shield protection devices. Grounding of a coaxial drop cable shield by means of protective device that does not interrupt the grounding system within the premises shall be permitted. So next we have 8.20.4.4 equivalent grounding, equipment grounding rather. Unpowered equipment and enclosure or equipment powered by the coaxial cable shall be considered grounded where connected to the metallic cable shield. Next we have 8.20.4.7 Grounding and banding at mobile homes. A. Grounding. Grounding shall comply with 8.20.4.7a, A1, and A2. First, where there is no mobile home service equipment located within 9,000 mm of the exterior wall of the mobile home it serves, the coaxial cable shield ground or surge arrestor grounding terminal shall be connected to a grounding electrode conductor or grounding electrode in accordance with 8.20.4.1b3. Second, we have when there is no mobile home disconnecting means grounded in accordance with 2.50.2.13 and located within 9,000 mm of the exterior wall of the mobile home it serves, the coaxial cable shield ground or surge arrestor grounding terminal shall be connected to a grounding electrode in accordance with 8.20.4.1b3. Next we have B. Banding. The coaxial cable shield grounding terminal, surge arrestor grounding terminal, or grounding electrode shall be connected to the metal frame or available grounding terminal of the mobile home with a copper conductor not smaller than 3.5 mm squared under any of the following conditions. So first we have where there is no mobile home service equipment or disconnecting means as in 8.20.4.7a. Second, we have where the mobile home is supplied by cord and plug. So next we have 8.20.5 installation methods within buildings. 8.20.5.1 Raceways and cable routing assemblies for coaxial cables. A. Types of raceways. Coaxial cable shall be permitted to be installed in any raceways that complies with either A1 or A2, and in cable routing assemblies installed in compliance with 8.20.5.1c. So first, we have raceways recognized in Chapter 3. Coaxial cable shall be permitted to be installed in any raceways included in Chapter 3. The raceway shall be installed in accordance with the requirements of Chapter 3. Second, we have communication raceways. Coaxial cable shall be permitted to be installed in plenum communication raceways, riser communications raceways, general purpose communication raceways, selected in accordance with Table 8.0.5.45b, listed in accordance with 8.0.6.13, and installed in accordance with 8.0.5.4 and 3.62.2.15 through 3.62.2.47, where the requirements applicable to electrical non-metallic tubing or ANT apply. Third, we have inner duct for coaxial cable. Listed plenum communication raceways, listed riser communication raceways, and listed general purpose communication raceways selected in accordance with Table 8.0.5.45b shall be permitted to be installed as in inner duct in any type of listed raceways permitted in Chapter 3. So we have B. Raceways filled for coaxial cables. The raceway field requirements of Chapter 3 and 10 shall not apply to coaxial cables. We have C. Cable routing assemblies. Coaxial cable shall be permitted to be installed in plenum cable routing assemblies, riser cable routing assemblies, and general purpose cable routing assemblies in selected in accordance with Table 8.0.5.45c, listed in accordance with 8.0.5.4, and installed in accordance with 8.0.5.1c and 8.0.5.4. Next, we have 8.20.5.4. Installation of coaxial cables. Installation of coaxial cables shall comply with 8.20.5.4a through key. Installation of raceways and cable routing assemblies shall comply with 8.20.5.1. So A. Listing. Coaxial cable installed in building shall be listed. B. Ducts specifically for environmental air. The following cable shall be permitted in ducts specifically fabricated for environmental air as described in 3.0.1.22b if they are directly associated with the air distribution system. First, we have up to 1,200 mm of type CETV VP. Second, we have types CETV VP, CETVR, CETV, and CETVX installed in raceways that are installed in compliance with 3.0.1.22b. So, next we have C. Other spaces used for environmental air or plenums. The following cable shall be permitted in other spaces used for environmental air as described in 3.0.1.22c. First, we have type CETVP. Second, type CETVP installed in plenum communication raceways. Third, we have type CETVP installed in plenum cable routing assemblies. Fourth, we have type CETVP supported by open metallic cable trays or cable tray system. Fifth, you have types CETVP, CETVR, CETV, and CETVX installed in raceways that are installed in compliance with 3.0.1.22c. Next, we have type CETVP, CETVR, CETV, and CETVX supported by solid bottom metal cable trays with solid metal covers in other spaces used for environmental air or plenums as described in 3.0.1.22c. Next, we have number 7. Type CETVP, CETVR, CETV, and CETVX cable installed in plenum communication raceways, riser communications raceways, or general purpose communication raceways supported by solid bottom metal cable trays with solid metal covers in other spaces used for environmental air or plenums. as described in 3.0.1.22c. Next, we have letter D, risers. Risers cables in vertical runs. The following cable shall be permitted in vertical runs, penetrating one or more floors in vertical runs in a shaft. First, we have type CATVP and CATVR. Second, type CATVP and CATVR installed in the following. First, plenum communication raceways. Second, plenum cable routing assemblies. Third, riser communication raceways. Fourth, riser cable routing assemblies. Next, we have letter E, risers, cables, and inner ducts in metal raceways. The following cables and inner ducts shall be permitted in metal raceways in a riser having fire stops at each floor. First, we have type CATVP, CATVR, CATV, and CATVX. Second, type CATVP, CATVR, CATV, and CATVX installed in. First, we have plenum communication raceways. B, riser communication raceways. Third, general purpose communication raceways. Next, we have F, risers, cables in fireproof shafts. The following cable shall be permitted to be installed in fireproof riser shafts with fire stop at each floor. First, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATV, and CATVX. Second, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATV installed in the following. First, we have plenum communication raceways. Second, plenum cable routing assemblies. Third, we have riser communication raceways. Fourth, we have riser cable routing assemblies. Fifth, we have general purpose communication raceways. Sixth, we have general purpose cable routing assemblies. Next, we have G, risers 1 and 2 family dwellings. The following cable shall be permitted in 1 and 2 family dwellings. First, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATV. Second, we have type CATVX less than 10 mm in diameter. Third, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATV cables installed in. First, we have plenum communication raceways. Second, plenum cable routing assemblies. Third, we have riser communication raceways. Fourth, we have riser cable routing assemblies. Fifth, we have general purpose communication raceways. Sixth, we have general purpose cable routing assemblies. Next, we have letter H, cable trays. The following cable shall be permitted to be supported by cable trays. First, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATV. Second, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATVB installed in. First, we have plenum communication raceways. Second, riser communication raceways. Third, we have general purpose communication raceways. Next, we have I, distributing frames and cross-connect arrays. The following cable shall be permitted to be installed in distributing frames and cross-connect arrays. First, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATV. Second, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATV installed in the following. First, we have plenum communication raceways. Second, plenum cable routing assemblies. Third, we have riser communication raceways. Fourth, we have riser cable routing assemblies. Fifth, we have general purpose communication raceways. Sixth, we have general purpose cable routing assemblies. Next, we have letter J, other building locations. The following cable shall be permitted to be installed in building location other than the location covered in 8.20.5.4b through I. First, we have type CATVP, CATVR, and CATV. Second, a maximum of 3,000 mm of exposed type CATVX in non-concealed spaces. Third, we have types CATV, CATVR, and CATV installed in the following. First, we have plenum communication raceways. Second, plenum cable routing assemblies. Third, riser communication raceways. Fourth, we have riser cable routing assemblies. Fifth, we have general purpose communication raceways. Sixth, we have general purpose cable routing assemblies. Fourth, type CATVP, CATVR, CATV, and type CATVX installed in the raceways of a type recognized in Chapter 3. So next we have letter K, 1 and 2 family and multifamily dwellings. The following cables and cable routing assemblies shall be permitted to be installed in 1 and 2 family and multi-family dwellings in location other than those locations covered in 8.20.5.4b through I. First, we have type CATV-P, CATV-R, and CATV. Second, type CATV-X less than 10 mm in diameter. Third, we have types CATV-P, CATV-R, and CATV installed in the following. First, we have plenum communication raceways. Second, plenum cable routing assemblies. Third, riser communication raceways. Fourth, we have riser cable routing assemblies. Fifth, we have general purpose communication raceways. Sixth, we have general purpose cable routing assemblies. So fourth, we have type CATV-P, CATV-R, CATV, and type CATV-X installed in a raceways of a type recognized in Chapter 3. Next, we have 8.20.5.24 Installation of coaxial cables and equipment. Beyond the point of grounding as defined in 8.20.3.1, the coaxial cable installed shall comply with 8.20.5.24A and B. So, unsa na A and B? So, first we have A, separation from other conductors. So, 1. Raceways cable trays, boxes, enclosures, and cable routing assemblies. So, A. Other circuits. Coaxial cable shall be permitted in the same raceway, cable tray, box, enclosure, or cable routing assembly with jacketed cables of any of the following. First, Class 2 and Class 3 remote control, signaling, and power limited circuits in compliance with Article 6.45 or parts and 7.25.3. Second, power limited fire alarm systems in compliance with parts 7.60.1 and 7.60.3. Third, we have non-conductive and conductive optical fiber cables in compliance with parts 7.70.1 and 7.70.5. Fourth, we have communication circuits in compliance with parts 8.0.1 and 8.0.5. Fifth, you have low-power network-powered broadband communication circuits in compliance with parts 8.30.1 and 8.30.5. So B, electric light, power, class 1, non-power limited fire alarm, and medium power network powered broadband communication circuits. Coaxial cable shall not be placed in any raceways, compartment, outlet box, junction box, or other enclosures with conductors of electric light, power, class 1, non-power limited fire alarm, or medium power network powered broadband communication circuits. So next, 2. Other applications. Coaxial cable shall be separated at least 50 mm from conductors of any electric light, power, class 1, non-power limited fire alarm, or medium powered network powered broadband communication circuits. So B, we have B, support of coaxial cables. Raceway shall be used for their intended purpose. Coaxial cable shall not be strapped, taped, or attached by any means to the exterior of any conduit or raceways as means of support. Next, we have 8.20.5.45 Applications of listed CATV cables. Permitted and non-permitted application of listed coaxial cable shall be as indicated in Table 8.20.5.45a. The permitted application shall be subject to the installation requirements of 8.20.5.1 and 8.20.5.4. The substitution for coaxial cables in Table 8.20.5.45b and illustrated in Figure 8.20.5.45 shall be permitted. Next, we have 8.20.6 listing requirements. 8.20.6.1 Coaxial cables. Cables shall be listed in accordance with 8.20.6.1a through D and marked in accordance with Table 8.20.6.1. The cable voltage rating shall not be marked on the cable. Coaxial cable should have a temperature rating of not less than 60 degrees Celsius. The temperature rating shall be marked on the jacket of coaxial cable that have a temperature rating exceeding 60 degrees Celsius. So A. Type CTVP committee's antenna television plenum coaxial cable should be listed as being suitable for use in ducts, plenums, and other spaces used for environmental air, and shall be listed as having adequate fire resistant and low smoke producing characteristics. So, natay table 3. So, makita table ani. So, first we have letter B. Type CATVR community antenna television riser coaxial cable shall be listed as being suitable for use in vertical run in shaft or from floor to floor, and shall also be listed as having fire-resistant characteristics capable of preventing the carrying of fire from floor to floor. Next, we have C. Type CATV community antenna television coaxial cable shall be listed as being suitable for general purpose CATV use, with the exemption of risers and plenums, and shall also be listed as being resistant to the spread of fire. So, atong makita diri nato ang table 8.25.45a application of listed coaxial cables in buildings. So, sa table makita nato ang isang applications. So, isang sample ay in ducts specifically fabricated for environmental air as described in 3.01.1.22b. Ang iyang application is ng in fabricated ducts in metallic switch that complies with 3.01.1.22b. Then under ana kung sa isang equivalent ayon sa isang kuan ang na listed coaxial cable type, kung sana ang ngayon na cable type sa coaxial cable type. So para example ng itong first tong in fabricated ducts sa CATVP na ay Y, then CATVPN, CATVN, then CATVXN. So ang N is indicate that ang N an N in the table indicates that the cable type is not permitted to be installed in the application. So dili tugtan. So ang N kuno masabot na dili not permitted to be installed. So ang pwede ra aning sa in-fabricated ducts is katong CATVP, kay ang Y indicates that cable type is permitted to be installed in the appliances. So Y. So CATVP ra ang sa fabricated ducts. Next, we have in metallic switch that complies with 3.01.22b. So CATVP, CATV ang silang upat na yun. CATV and CATVX ang pwede ma-install. Okay. Post man Y. Yeah. So na po ba in other spaces used for environmental air as plenums described in 3.01.22c, in risers within building and other than air handling spaces and risers. So na makita nato ang sa table angay na coaxial cable type ang gamiton sa different application nato. Basta man na ang Y mo na permitted, ang N permitted. So next, on the other hand, na table 8.20.5.45b, coaxial cable uses and permitted substitution. So natay cable type katong CATVP, CATVR, CATV, CATVX. So kara type ana nanay jay pwede na i-substitute na cable type. Pakatan sa CATVP. Ang isang permitted na ma-substitute is CMP o BLP. Ang CATVR, CATVP, CMP, CMR, BMR, BLP, BLR. While ang CATV, CATVP, CMP, CATVR, CMR, CMG, CM, BMR, BM, BLP, BLR, BL. Ang CATVX, CATVP, CMP, CATVR, CMC, CMR, CATV, CMG, CM, BMR, BM, BLP, BLR, BL, o BLX. Mga sa mga equivalent na permitted type of cable na i-substitute sa original. So, next we have, makita na po ito na other figure 8.8.5.45 cable substitution hierarchy. So, makita na ito. So, next we have letter D. Type CATVX. Type CATVX limited use community antenna television coaxial cable shall be listed as being suitable for use in dwellings and for use in raceways, and shall also be listed as being resistant to flame spray. So we have here table 8.20.6.1 coaxial cable markings. So nakikita po ito rin cable marking CTVP, CTVR, CTV, CTVX. So ang type sa CTVP, type niya kay CTV plenum cable, CTVR, CTV riser cable, CTV, CTV cable, CTVX, CTV cable limited use. So next we have 8.20.6.2 grounding devices. Where bonding or grounding is required, devices used to connect a shield, a sheet, or non-current carrying metallic members of a cable to a bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall be listed or be part of listed equipment. Next, we have Article 8.30 Network Powered Broadband Communication System. So, 8.30.1 General. 8.30.1.1 Scope. This article covers network-powered broadband communication system that provide any communication of voice, audio, video, data, and interactive services through a network interface unit. So next we have 8.30.1.2 Definitions. See Part 1.01 for purposes of this article. Following artificial definition apply. So, itong paitan ang sa part 1.01 ko no. So, next we have abandon network powered broadband communication cable. Installed network powered broadband communication cable shall that is not permitted at equipment other than connector and not identified for future use with the tag. Next, block a square or portion of a city, town, or village enclosed by streets, including the allies, so enclosed but not any street. Next, we have expose to accidental contact a circuit in such a position that in case of failure of support or insulations, contact with another circuit may result. Next, we have fault protection device. An electronic device that is intended for the protection of personnel and functions under fault conditions such as network-powered broadband communications cable short or open circuit to limit the current or voltage or both for a low-power network-powered broadband communication circuit and provide acceptable protection from electric shock. Next, we have network interface unit or NIU. A device that converts a broadband signal into component voice, audio, video, data, and interactive services signals and provides isolation between the network power and the premises signal circuits. These devices often contain primary and secondary protectors. Next, we have network-powered broadband communication circuit. The circuit extending from the communications utility serving terminal or top-up to and including the NIU. Next, we have point of entrance. The point within a building at which the network-powered broadband communications cable emerge from an external wall, from a concrete floor slab, from a rigid metal conduit or RMC, or from intermediate metal conduit or IMC. So next we have 8.30.1.3 other articles. Circuits and equipment shall comply with 8.30.1.3 A through G. So first we have A. Hazardous classified locations. Network-powered broadband communication circuits and equipment installed in a location that is classified in accordance with 5.01.1.5 and 5.5.1.5 shall comply with the applicable requirements of Chapter 5. Next, B. Wiring index for dust, loose stock, or vapor removal. The requirements of 3.0.1.22a shall apply. So next we have C. Equipment in other space used for environmental air. The requirements of 3.0.1.22c 3 shall apply. Next we have D. Installation and use. The requirements of 1.10.1.3b shall apply. Next we have E. Output circuits rather. As appropriate for the services provided, the output circuits derived from the network interface unit shall comply with the requirements of the following. First, we have installation of communication circuits, part 8.0.5. Second, we have installation of community antenna television and radio distribution circuits, part 8.20.5. Third, we have installation of optical fiber cables, part 7.70.5. Fourth, we have installation of class 2 and class 3 circuits, part 7.25.3. Fifth, you have installation of power limited fire alarm circuits, part 7.60.3. So F, we have next F, protection against physical damage. The requirements of 3.0.1.4 shall apply. 8.30.1.15 Power limitations. Network-powered broadband communication system shall be classified as having low or medium power sources as specified in 8.30.1.15 or 2. First, we have sources shall be classified as defined in table 8.30.1.15. Second, we have direct current power sources exceeding 150 volts to ground but no more than 200 volts to ground, with the current to ground limited to 10 mA DC that meet the current and power limitation for medium power sources in table 8.30.1.15 shall be classified as medium power sources. Next, we have 8.30.1.21 access to electrical equipment behind panels designed to allow access. Access to electrical equipment shall not be denied by an accumulation of network-powered broadband communication cables that provides removal of panels in covers and the likes, including suspended ceiling panels. Next, we have 8.30.1.24 mechanical execution of work. Network-powered broadband communication circuits and equipment shall be installed in a neat and workmanlike manner. Cables installed exposed on the surface of ceilings and side walls shall be supported by the building structures in such a manner that the cable will not be damaged by normal building use. Such cable shall be secured by hardware including straps, staples, cable ties, hangers, or similar fittings designed and installed so as not to damage the cable. The installation shall also conform to 3.0.1.4a, D, E, F, and 3.0.1.11 non-metallic cable ties and other non-metallic cable accessories used to secure and support cables in other spaces used for environmental air or plenums shall be listed as having low smoke and heat release properties in accordance with 8.0.6.1c. So, we can see here the table 8.30.1.15 limitations for network-powered broadband communication system. So, makita natin sa table na ay network power source. So, under din niya kay circuit voltage, power limitations, current limitations, maximum power rating, maximum voltage rating, maximum overcurrent protection. So, sa table, makita na to ang network power source or low or medium sa isang board. Circuit voltage. Ang iyang low, 0 to 100. Ang iyang medium, 0 to 150. Ang next is power limitation. Ang low niya to 50. Ang low medium is to 50. Same ra. Because ang current limitations is ang iyang low 1000 volts. Same ra, low yung medium 1000 volts. Then is ang maximum power rating, same ra yapon. Yung low medium 100. Maximum voltage rating para rapod ay ang low is 100, ang medium is 150. Next is maximum overcurrent protection. Ang yang low is 100 volts. Then ang yang medium is not applicable. So next we have 8.30.1.25 abandoned cables. The accessible portion of abandoned network powered broadband cable shall be removed, where cables are identified for future use with the tag. The tag shall be of sufficient durability to withstand the environment involved. Next, we have 8.30.1.26 spread of fire or products of combustion. Installation of network-powered broadband cables in hollow spaces, vertical shafts, and ventilation or air handling ducts shall be made so that the possible spread of fire or products of combustion will not be substantially increased. Openings around penetrations of network-powered broadband cable through fire-resistant treated walls, partitions, floors, or ceilings shall be first stopped using approved methods to maintain the fire-resistant rating. So next we have 8.30.2 cables outside and entering buildings. 8.30.2.1 entrance cables. Network-powered broadband communication cable located outside an entering building shall comply with 8.30.2.1a and b. So, first we have A. Medium power circuits. Medium power network-powered broadband communication circuits located outside an entering building shall be installed using Type BMU, Type BM, or Type BMR network-powered broadband communication medium power cables. Next we have B. Low power circuits. Low power network powered broadband communication circuits located outside an entering building shall be installed using Type BLU or Type BLX low power network powered broadband communication cables. Cables shown in Table 8.30.5.45b shall be permitted to substitute. So next we have 8.30.2.5 overhead or aerial cables. Overhead or aerial cable network-powered broadband communications cables shall be comply with 8.30.2.5a through G. So next we have, first we have on poles and in span, where network-powered broadband communication cables and electric light or power conductors are supported by the same pole or are run parallel to each other in span. The conditions described in 8.30.2.5a, A1 through A4 shall be met. So first, we have relative location. Where practicable, the network-powered broadband communications cable shall be located below the electric light or power conductors. Second, we have attachment to cross arms. Network-powered broadband communications cable shall not be attached to a cross arm that carries electric light or power conductors. Third, we have climbing space. The climbing space through networks powered broadband communications wires and cables shall comply with the requirements of 2.25.1.14d. Fourth, we have clearance. Lead-in or overhead or aerial drop network powered broadband communication cables from a pole or other support, including the point of initial attachment to a building or structure, shall be kept away from the electric light power, Class 1 or non-power limited fire alarm circuit conductors so as to avoid the possibility of accidental contact. So, B. Next we have B. Above roofs. Network-powered broadband communication cable shall have a vertical clearance of not less than 2,500 mm from all points of roofs above which they pass. Next we have C. Clearance from ground. Overhead or aerial spans of network-powered broadband communication cables shall conform to not less than the following. First, you have 2,900 mm above finished grade sidewalks or from any platform or projection from which they might be reached and accessible to pedestrian only. Second, we have 3,500 mm over residential property and driveways and those commercial areas not subject to traffic. Third, we have 4,700 mm over public streets, alleys, roads, parking areas subject to traffic, driveways on other than residential property and other land traversed by vehicles such as cultivated, grazing, forest, and orchard. Next, you have letter D, over poles. Clearance of network-powered broadband communication cable in any direction from the water level, edge of pole, base of diving platform, or anchored raft shall comply with those clearances in 6.80.1.9. Next, we have final spans. Letter E. Final spans of network-powered broadband communication cables without an outer jacket shall be permitted to be attached to the building, but they shall keep not less than 900 mm from windows that are designed to be open, doors, porches, balconies, ladders, stairs, fire escapes, or similar locations. Overhead or aerial network-powered broadband communication cable shall not be installed beneath openings through which materials might be moved, such as openings in farm and commercial buildings, and shall not be installed where they obstruct entrance to these building openings. Next, we have F, between buildings. Network-powered broadband communications cables extending between cables or structures and also the supports or attachment fixtures shall be identified as suitable for outdoor aerial application and shall have sufficient strength to withstand the loads to which they may be subjected. So next we have G, letter G, on buildings. Where attached to buildings, network-powered broadband communication cables shall be securely fastened in such a manner that they are separated from other conductors in accordance with 8.30.2.5 G 1 through G4. So first, we have electric light or power. The network-powered broadband communication cable shall have a separation of at least 100 mm from electric light, power class 1, or non-power limited fire alarm circuit conductors not in raceway or cable, or be permanently separated from conductors of the other system by a continuous and firmly fixed non-conductor in addition to the insulation on the wires. Second, we have other communication system. Network-powered broadband communications cable shall be installed so that there will be no unnecessary interference in the maintenance of the separate systems. In no case shall be conductors, cables, messenger strand, or equipment of one system cause abrasion to the conductors, cables, messenger strand, or equipment of any other system. Third, we have lightning conductors. Where practicable, a separation of at least 1,800 mm shall be maintained between any network-powered broadband communication cable and lightning conductors. Fourth, we have protection from the damage. Network-powered broadband communications cable attached to buildings or structures and located within 2,500 mm of finished grade shall be protected by enclosures, raceways, or other approved means. Next, we have 8.30.2.8 underground network-powered broadband communication cables entering buildings. Underground network-powered broadband communication cables entering buildings shall comply with 8.30.2.8A through D. So first, we have A, underground system with electric light and power, Class 1 or non-power limited fire alarm circuits to conductors. Underground network-powered broadband communication cables in a dock, pedestal handhole enclosure, or manhole that contains electric light, power conductors, non-power limited fire alarm circuits conductors, or Class 1 circuits shall be in a section permanently separated from such conductors by means of a suitable barrier. Next, we have direct buried cables and raceways, letter B. Direct buried network-powered broadband communication cable shall be separated by at least 300 mm from conductors of any light, power, non-power limited fire alarm circuits, conductors, or class 1 circuits. Next, letter C, mechanical protection. Direct buried cable, conduit, or other raceway shall be installed to meet the minimum cover requirements of Table 8.30.2.8c. In addition, direct buried cables emerging from the ground shall be protected by enclosures, raceways, or other approved means extending from the minimum cover distance required by Table 8.30.2.8c below grade to a point at least 2,500 mm above finished grade. In no case shall the protection be required to exceed 450 mm below finished grade. Types BMU and BLU direct buried cables emerging from the ground shall be installed in rigid metal conduit or RMC, intermediate metal conduit or IMC, rigid non-metallic conduit, or other approved means extending from the minimum cover distance required by Table 8.30.2.8c and below grade to the point of entrance. Next, we have D, poles. Cable located under the pole or within the area extending 1,500 mm horizontally from the inside wall of the pole shall meet those clearances and requirements specified in 6.80.1.11. Next, we have 8.30.2.10 metallic entrance conduit grounding. Metallic conduit containing network-powered broadband communication entrance cable shall be connected by a bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor to a grounding electrode in accordance with 8.30.4.1b. Next, we have 8.30.3 protection. 8.30.3.1 primary electrical protection. First, we have letter A, application. Primary electrical protection shall be provided on all network-powered broadband communication conductors that are neither grounded nor interrupted and are run partly or entirely in aerial cable not confined within a block. Also, primary electrical protection shall be provided on all aerial or underground network-powered broadband communication conductors that are neither grounded nor interrupted and are located within the block containing the building served so as to be exposed to lightning or accidental contact with electric light or power conductors operating at over 300 volts to ground. So, naisang exemption. Primary electrical protection shall not be required on the network-powered broadband communication conductors where electrical protection is provided on the derived circuits or output outside of the NIU in accordance with 8.0.30.3.1b3. So, we can see here the Table 8.30.2.8c network-powered broadband communication system minimum cover requirements, or cover is the shortest distance measured between a point on the top surface of any direct buried cable, conduit, or other raceways and the top surface of finished grade concrete or similar cover. So, sa table, tatanang location of firing method or circuit, yung direct burial cables, rigid metal conduit or intermediate metal conduit, then non-metallic raceways listed or direct burial without concrete encasement or other approved raceways. So, for example, location of firing methods or circuits. So, all location not specified below, entrenched below 50 mm thick, concrete or equivalent. So, yung direct burial cables is 300. Yung isang rigid metal conduit is 150. Yung non-metallic raceways listed is 150. And so, una na. Under a building, under minimum of 100 mm thick concrete exterior slab with no vehicular traffic and the slab extending not less than 150 mm beyond the underground insulation is 300. Then the rigid metal conduit is 100 and then non-metallic raceways list is 100. Then last is 1 and 2 family dwellings. The driveways and outdoor parking areas are used only for dwelling related purposes. So, yung direct burial cables is 300. Now, isang liquid metal conduit is 300 mm, and the non-metallic resistor listed is 300 mm also. So, 1. Fuseless primary protectors. So, fuseless type primary protection shall be permitted where power fault currents on all protected conductors in the cable are safely limited to a value no greater than the current carrying capacity of the primary protector and of the primary protector bonding conductor of grounding electrode conductor. Second, we have fused primary protectors. Where the requirements listed in 8.30.3.1 A1 are not met, fused type primary protector shall be used. Fused type primary protector shall consist of an arrestor connected between each conductor to be protected and ground, a fuse in series with each conductor to be protected, and an appropriate mounting arrangement. Fused primary protector terminal shall be marked to indicate line, instrument, and ground as applicable. Next, we have B, location. The location of the primary protector where required shall comply with B1, B2, or B3. First, we have a listed primary protector shall be applied on each network-powered broadband communication cable external to and on the network side of the network interface unit. So, next, second, the primary protector function shall be an integral part of and contained in the network interface unit. The network interface unit shall be listed as being suitable for application with network-powered broadband communication system and shall have an external marking indicating that it contains primary electrical protection. Third, we have the primary protectors shall be provided on the derived circuits or output outside of the NIU. The combination of the NIU and the protector shall be listed as being suitable for application with network-powered broadband communication system. So, a primary protector, whether provided integrally or external to the network interface unit, shall be located as close as practicable to the point of entrance. For purposes of this section, a network interface unit and any externally provided primary protector located at mobile home service equipment located inside from and not more than 9,000 mm from the external wall of the mobile home it serves, or at a mobile home disconnecting means grounded in accordance with 2.50.2.13 and located inside from and not more than 9,000 mm from the exterior wall of the mobile home it serves, shall be considered to meet the requirement of this section. So next we have C, hazardous or classified locations. The primary protector or equipment providing the primary protection function not be located in any hazardous or classified location as defined in 5.0.1.5 and 5.5.1.5 or in the vicinity of easily ignitable material. So, next we have 8.30.3.4 grounding or interruption of metallic members of network-powered broadband communication cable. Network-powered communication cable entering buildings or attaching to buildings shall comply with 8.30.4A or B. For purposes of this section, grounding located at mobile home service equipment located within 9,000 mm of the exterior wall of the mobile home it serves, or at a mobile home disconnecting means grounded in accordance with 2.50.2.13 and located within 9,000 mm of the exterior wall of the mobile home it serves, shall be considered to meet the requirements of this section. First, we have A, entering buildings. In installation where the network-powered communication cable enters the building, the shield shall be grounded in accordance with 8.30.4.1 and metallic members of the cable not used for communication or powering shall be grounded in accordance with 8.30.4.1 or interrupted by an insulating joint or equivalent device. The grounding or interruption shall be as close as practicable to the point of entrance. So, next we have B, terminating outside of the building. In installations where the network-powered communication cable is terminated outside the building, The shield shall be grounded in accordance with 8.30.4.1, and metallic members of the cable are not used for communication or powering shall be grounded in accordance with 8.30.4.1 or interrupted by an insulating joint or equivalent device. The grounding or interruption shall be as close as practicable to the point of attachment of the NIU. Next, we have 8.30.4 grounding methods. 8.30.4.1 cable, network interface unit, and primary protector bonding and grounding. Network interface units containing protectors, NIUs with metallic enclosures, primary protectors, and the metallic members of the network-powered broadband communications cable that are intended to be bonded or grounded shall be connected as specified in 8.30.4.1a through 8.30.4.1d. So first, we have A, bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor. First, we have insulation. Second, material. Third, size. Fourth, length. So first, let us define what is an insulation. The bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall be listed and shall be permitted to be insulated, covered, or bare. Second, we have material. The bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall be copper or other corrosion-resistant conductive material, stranded or solid. Third, we have size. The bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall not be smaller than 2.0 mm squared and shall have a current carrying capacity not less than that of the grounded metallic member and protected conductor of the network-powered broadband communication cable. The bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall not be required to exceed 14 mm squared. Fourth, we have length. The bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall be as short as practicable. In 1 and 2 family dwellings, the bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall be as short as practicable, not to exceed 6,000 mm in length. So next we have fifth, run in straight line. The bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall be run in as straight line as practicable. Sixth, we have physical protection. Bonding conductors and grounding electrode conductors shall be protected where exposed to physical damage, where the bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor is installed in a metal raceway. Both ends of the raceway shall be bonded to the contained conductor or to the same terminal or electrode to which the bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor is connected. So next we have letter B, electrode. The bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall be connected in accordance with 8.30.4.1b1, b2, or b3. So next we have first we have in buildings or structure with an intersystem bonding termination. If the building or structure serve as an intersystem bonding termination as required by 2.50.5.5, the bonding conductor shall be connected to the intersystem bonding termination. Second, we have in buildings or structures with grounding means. If an intersystem bonding termination is established, 250.24a shall apply. If the building or structure serve has no intersystem bonding termination, the bonding conductor or grounding electrode conductor shall be connected to the nearest accessible location on one of the following. First, we have the building or structure grounding electrode system as covered in 2.50.3.1. Next is B, the grounded interior metal water piping system within 1,500 mm from its point of entrance to the building as covered in 2.50.3.3. Next is C, the power service accessible means external to enclosures using the option identified in 2.50.5.5a, exemption. So, letter D, the non-flexible metallic power service raceways. E, the service equipment enclosure. Next, letter F, the grounding electrode conductor or the grounding electrode conductor metal enclosure of the power service. So next we have letter G, The grounding electrode conductor or the grounding electrode of a building or structure disconnecting means that is connected to an electrode or as covered in 2.50.2.13. So, a bonding device intended to provide a termination point for the bonding conductor or intersystem bonding shall not interface with the opening of an equipped enclosure. A bonding device shall be mounted or non-removable parts. A bonding device shall not be mounted on a door or a cover even if the door or cover is non-removable. For purposes of this section, the mobile home service equipment or the mobile home disconnecting means as described in 8.30.3.4 shall be considered accessible. And that's for all of my report about the Article 8.30 Network Powered Broadband Communication System. Thank you for listening and have a good day everyone.